Hey, look, a Patreon. Maybe support it.
Hello out there, this is Wakeangel2K1, and it is time for me to put up a review that I should have put up like a week ago, but, you know, I've been busy, get off my back. It is Toon Link! Yes, in the same way that brought us Falco, World of Nintendo has introduced to us the cel-shaded Master of Winds. Now, unlike Falco, I think it should be necessary to take a quick look at the packaging. Mostly because they put this very nice picture of Toon Link on it. But if you look, he's using the Wind Waker in the art, which kind of makes it upsetting that it doesn't actually come with the Wind Waker. Yes, it's true. Despite the fact that this is our little Toon Link from the cel-shaded video games, starting with Wind Waker, but also Four Sword, and the Minish Cap, and Phantom Hourglass, you know, all those games, he doesn't come with the iconic thing that got him started, the Wind Waker, which is actually featured in the card art. I mean, come on, guys, you dropped the ball. It's such a tiny thing, it's a stick! Whatever, I guess they were afraid kids would swallow it or something. So, the Toon Link figure itself. Let us get a quick size comparison with the other two Links the World of Nintendo line has given us so far. First, his Ocarina of Time counterpart. Scale? What's that? And and his Skyward Sword counterpart. Come on, Ocarina of Time Link, represent, man. So yeah, like we're going by Nintendo's basic philosophy here of like if you're a cartoon character with a big gigantic head, you're pretty much going to be able to open your mouth and just eat the heads of your non-cartoon counterparts. And I'm not going to hold Skyward Sword Link's difference in scale against him, because he is a Wave 1 figure when they hadn't quite decided what the scale of these figures was going to be. Although now that we're in as, I think this is Wave 5 or something, I believe that the scale has been stabilized so that now these guys are going to be like these almost 5-inch tall figures, as opposed to like you know, G.I. Joe scale, 1/18. But yeah, you know, that's all well and good. That's just a little bit of trivia and scale. Let's talk about the Toon Link figure himself. I was pleasantly surprised at the level of articulation that they would give him. I was so afraid that because of his skinny little body, they'd try to cheap out and avoid elbow and knee joints, or if they were installed, then they'd be kind of a little bit floppy. But take a look here. Toon Link has a very wonderful and expressive ball-jointed head. I was not expecting a ball joint. Although I guess if any character was going to have a ball joint, it would be him, because it's just such a big head. Let's see, if you look in there, you can see like the nice wide cup set for this ball joint, which gives him that range. He has universally jointed shoulders, so excellent range there. And an elbow that gets a full 90-degree bend. It also has a swivel, because it's on one of those pseudo Figma joints, like what the Skyward Sword Link used. Although you have to be careful and make sure that his sleeve cuffs are lined up, because if the sleeve cuffs aren't properly lined up, then you're going to get an elbow that doesn't want to bend the right way. So yeah, the sleeve cuffs need to line up in order for him to get the full effect of his elbow bend. And of course he does have a little wrist swivel. Only a swivel, because his hands are too small, apparently, to put the universal hinge thing that the other two Links have. He has a waist joint. No real way to not have a waist joint. And I was surprised at this. He has fully universal jointed hips with a pin disc. So, unlike figures like Falco or Sheik that use ball joints that were somewhat limiting, he has a much wider range in his hips thanks to those universal joints. Unfortunately, his skirt, although they do the same thing that they do on the Figma, with that skirt that gets a little bit out of the way, and has an extra bit of fabric so that it doesn't look like it's being split. Unfortunately, they only did that on one side. So although his left leg is much less restricted because of the way the skirt goes, the right leg is going to get stuck behind it. And they should have done this on both sides for symmetry's sake. But I don't know, I guess at the $12 price point, they just couldn't, I don't know, put in an extra fingernail's worth of plastic. Why couldn't they do that? And he has knees that go a full 90. There is no foot articulation. And I know this time, because look, that's just painted. I know I missed the boot cut swivels on my Ocarina of Time link, so I'm not making that mistake again. So I was not expecting Toon Link to be able to stand as well as he does with his big giant head and his tiny little feet, but apparently the figure is perfectly balanced for that. Yeah, this is Jakks Pacific's engineering. Like, now that I'm seeing how really well Jakks Pacific can make video game based action figures, especially cartoony ones with big heads like this, now I really wish that they were the ones to hold the Sonic license right now. Like, I know, like Tomy went and took the Sonic license and they gave us these things, but these lack articulation. Like, Jakks Pacific seems to combine the best attributes of Jazzwares and Tomy. Like, their figures have all the points of articulation and movement that we got used to from the Jazzwares line, but they're every bit as well balanced and easy to stand as the Tomy figures. Man, like, if nothing else, I would like them to get special permission to make one Sonic figure 4 inches tall to match their Mario figure for a Super Smash Bros. Display. Like, they don't really have to get the full Sonic line, but at least one Sonic figure. Just one. For the sole purpose of matching Mario for a Smash Bros. Display. That's all I ask. That's probably not going to happen, though. But, yeah. Toon Link does come with accessories. He has a shield, which is not a Hylian shield. It's the shield featured in the Wind Waker games. Although you still get that bird-like form. Although it's much more of a humanoid bird form this time. And he comes with a little sword. And by a little sword, I mean a little sword. This is the first Link figure to not come with some version of the Master Sword. There we go. So the sheath easily clips onto a square peg on his back. Just like that. And unlike the other two Links, the sheath being there doesn't interfere with his head movement because his hat goes over it. One advantage of having a big gigantic head, I guess. The sword easily just kind of pops right into his hand. No big deal. And unlike the other two Link figures, his shield is not the kind that goes over his forearm. It's just one that has a handle in the middle. So you just kind of push that in, and there you go. So Link can very easily and effectively wield both of his accessories at the same time, and that's all well and good. Oh, by the way, for anyone who's thinking like, okay, he can stand on his 2 feet, but only in that one static pose, look, he's perfectly capable of standing on 1 foot too. Isn't that nifty? Why did I pick the camera up? Now it's completely misaligned. Oh no, I've completely ruined everything. I suck. Alright, so yeah, that is the greatness that is the Toon Link figure. And with that, I'm pretty sure that Jakks Pacific is completely done with the Links, because they've done all 3 of the major incarnations, and we're completely done, and we'll never see another Link again. Whoops. Disregard that. This has been Wakeangel2K1, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Have a pleasant day.